Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
Running back Tariq Cohen brings us all to our feet when he's on the field because you never know how they're going to utilize it. In 2018, was able to run, throw, and catch a touchdown pass. And in addition, was a 2018 Pro Bowl return specialist for the NFC. The human joystick makes everything better when he's on the field.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Oh, Cohen lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. A gain of 6 there on first. The last time these two teams met, boy, was it memorable. Wild card weekend last year as the Eagles started their Super Bowl title defense, and they held on thanks to the doink or the double doink heard around the world on the Cody Parkey missed field goal, and the Eagles would escape 16-15. Of course, they would go on to lose the following weekend to the New Orleans Saints. And a lot of talent on this Eagle defense, and you've seen it on these last 2 plays, both losses. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Now Trubisky, and that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Running with Howard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wentz now to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And able to get this one across the 45 before before he's brought down. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Wentz's throw taken in by Sanders. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. They'll run on first down. It's Howard. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Quickly now, a look at the Eagles' offensive starters.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs? Because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go counter with Howard. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Now Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate?
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, fighting his way into the backfield. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Wentz going to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. Got a man open. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Chicago Bears getting the football back here on offense. Earlier we discussed their loss Week 7 in New Orleans. That drops them to 3-3. What's interesting, though, is that loss came after their open week in Week 6, and that's the 6th straight year that they've lost a game after their open week. Kind of strange, isn't it?
That's an odd stat, not one you would expect coming off of an open week.
No, and they really struggled to run the ball. Now, they didn't run it much because they were coming from behind, but 7 carries for 17 yards, that's all they had.
And their star runner, who they expect to be a star at some point, David Montgomery, who they drafted out of Iowa State, just 2 carries. Now, he did lose a fumble, but that's not what you expect. And I know the head coach, Matt Nagy, has said, I know we didn't run it enough. We're going to run it more in the future. But they've got to get it straightened out. Their next 2 games, how about that? They get other underperforming teams. At home against the Los Angeles Chargers, and then they go to Philadelphia, who got whacked by Dallas in a Sunday nighter.
By the way, those 7 carries that they had, a franchise low for the Chicago Bears. Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles to take over. They were winners a week ago against Buffalo, and they lead here with a 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And some room to maneuver. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Sproles. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry?
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight ahead power, and they got it done.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. 5 plays there on that drive. And finishing it off with a touchdown run was Jordan Howard. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Number 53, Mike 53. It's our time. It's our time.
Now Trubisky on first down. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Trubisky. The catch made by Miller.
I know.
Touchdown, Chicago. Anthony Miller, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. So that drive, 4 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Philadelphia ready to get the football back here, and I wanted to revisit where they're at right now after that loss at Dallas Week 7, because remember, Doug Peterson was really confident last week. He said, look, we're going to go down to Dallas. We're going to get the win in that football game. Well, he was half right. They did go down to Dallas, but they were throttled by the Cowboys 37-10, and now you think about it, 2 straight losses, and they're at 3 and 4. Not a good spot.
And I know people will look at Carson Wentz and the offense, and that's where the focus will be, but you have to look at the defense. They've given up 75 points the last 2 weeks. They're not getting the same production that you would expect from some of their big-time players, and they've had a lot of injuries. And the schedule doesn't get easier for them. They've got to go to Buffalo, then they're home for Chicago before their open week, and they will need that open week trying to get some people back.
And statistically, that last loss, important, because 51% of teams that start 4 and 3 go to the playoffs. If you start 3 and 4, just 14%.
But if there's one team that can make that number stand on its head, I'd say it'd be Philadelphia. Remember where they were at midseason last year? And made a late rush to get into the playoffs.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Wentz. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
74.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We remind you that coming up later tonight, we've got a good AFC battle in Baltimore. The Super Bowl champs, New England, in town to take on the Ravens. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, the Cowboys and the Giants from MetLife Stadium to wrap up this first weekend in November. Wentz. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Hey, let's go. Interception.
First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Again, it's Cohen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Again, it's Howard. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first-down gains.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck.
And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Mitchell Trubisky with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there with under a heavy and down he goes. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. And oh, he coughed it up.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
Let's get it.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. They'll start things on first with Tariq Cohen. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Brought down by Nate Gary.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see. And this is going to be a safety as Trubisky gets swallowed up in the end zone. Well, they're going to have some space here on the free kick.
You're exactly right about that. They just wish that they could have the free kick and not give up the 2 points.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Go. Waiting.
58, come on. Here we go. Check.
57. What's your son?
Check. Fresno.
Recon, 132 fighter.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
Where's son?
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey, complete. 22 yards there, a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Wentz to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I don't think you got it, son. Showing it. Showing it.
Lion. Done.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz completes it to Aguilar. 12 yards there and a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Howard. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Check back. Sponge.
Shorty. What's this son?
They go with Howard again. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
82. Win. What's that?
They run with Howard. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside with his first career NFL touchdown, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
So a big play for the Eagles now as they'll go for 2.
Trey 15.
They're going to try and run. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown, as it'll remain a 5-point ball game. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Throwing now is Trubisky. And he can't get a throw off. off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He's got Burton here. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe. Really
hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Howard. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now Trubisky and the Bears down by 12. 1:07 remaining. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a 1st down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Here's Trubisky to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Trubisky to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, empty. 81. Hey, exit.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Wentz. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Bilal Nichols in there to drop him. It sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the...